Afternoon VC, Aris here, back with another video. Meant to do this one, yesterday, but obviously I was still decompressing after the high octane thrills of England v Scotland on Friday night, which, as we all know, ended England 0, Scotland 0. So still getting over that one. But don't panic. England fans, don't panic. I'm sure we'll do our normal thing of squeezing through the group and then going out at the quarter-final stage probably to Fraggle Rock or the Lost Tribe of Atlantis or Xanadu, if that really is a country. Is Xanadu a country? Do they have a football team? I'm sure if they do, they'd be able to stick one over on us, I imagine. And yeah, but enjoying the Euros, and I'm clashing with Wales, Italy here, so this will probably be another poorly viewed video of mine, but I'm always amazed at the sad muppets that get suckered into buying Euro 2020 merchandise in a pathetic attempt to feel part of the whole process, but yeah, mugs in my opinion. Anyway, this one, alternative 80s live albums, VHS videos, and a couple of books actually. I just thought I'd do this one because a big part of my growing up was American alternative music. So I thought I'd do a few here. First up, Black Flags, who's got the 10.5 inch. Pretty decent. Came out at the time of the In My Head album, which isn't a bad album by Black Flag. They're kind of going almost metal. I think the band will listen to a bit of sort of early Motley Crue and Van Halen, or some members of the band anyway. And yeah, this is, it's alright. It's not bad. It was recorded at the Starry Night in Portland, August the 23rd, 85. And Who's Got the 10.5 inch, which was some sort of in-joke about the bass player Kira's penis length. She was female, so that sort of American humour goes over my head a little bit. But yeah, it's not bad. It's pretty good. I think the better one, it would be Live 84, which came out on cassette only. And I imagine something like Vinyl Richie might have that. That's brilliant. I don't own it. It's a tough one to find. But yeah. But also on the Black Flag tip, I bought this back in about 91, 90, which was the My War. Well, it was a gig they played in Leeds in 1984, and it was a bit of a pitch battle. It's on YouTube if you look up Black Flag Leeds. They're playing in front of a sort of a Punk's Not Dead crowd in England, and if you were in England in 84, you'd know that probably the uncoolest thing you could be was to be a punk. Like literally, the whole scene had died by that point, and I don't think Henry really helped his case either by turning up looking like a safety officer at a Michael Barrymore pool party. He's wearing like a string mesh vest, a very tight pair of shorts, which us in the UK would probably class as almost budgie smugglers, and bare feet. And yeah, the whole thing's a bit of a shambles, to be honest. And actually, I've got this book, and I don't know if anyone's got this. This is hard to find now. Henry Rollins, Get in the Van. Fantastic, his journals of his time in Black Flag, and he actually reviews the gig in Leeds in question. He calls it, "We are headlining a punker festival. How the hell did we get ourselves into this shit? Leeds is full of punkers from all over Europe to see this thing. It would be great if we could be the first band on and get the hell out of here." Then later, "What a nightmare. We played, it's over with." They didn't use Henry's quote on the back of the video, not surprisingly, but yeah, if you can get hold of this, I think maybe it's common in America, but in the UK it's kind of hard to find now. But even if, you know, the fantastic photos, and it's so well put together, and yeah, the genius photographer Naomi Peterson sadly died, and a real troubled soul. She's got an amazing way of taking very simple pictures and looking brilliant. But yeah, well worth your time as well. Next up, this was an official release. This isn't a bootleg. Sonic Youth, Hold That Tiger. Not featuring Sonic Youth on the cover. If anyone can name that band, Spotter's badge for anyone. And yeah, in theory, this could be the greatest live album ever. It was them playing in about '87 at the Cabaret Metro Chicago, and it's mainly pulled from the Sister and Evo albums, which for me are the two greatest albums. Am I the only person who don't like Daydream Nation by Sonic Youth? I think it's a bit rubbish. Steve Albini introduced the band. The only thing that stops it being totally amazing is the quality it's above bootleg, but it's not really brilliant quality, which is a shame because it really has got the dream track listing. But yeah, it's still an interesting piece. Don't see it around much, Hold That Tiger, but yeah, good album. Next up, and this is an absolute crackerjack, this one. The Replacements for sale, live at Maxwell's, 1986. This came out in 2017, I can't believe that. And it was around the time they released Tim, and they played a gig at, I imagine, Maxwell's in Hoboken. Hoboken, that's Sinatra town, isn't it? New Jersey, is that? February 86, and yeah, they're sober, which makes a pleasant change. And it's a great live album. And side 4, it's a double. It's brilliant. They start doing some covers. Baby Strange by T-Rex, and if I ever did a list of top 100 songs ever, Baby Strange by T-Rex would be in there. What a tune, what a riff. I mean, I love T-Rex anyway, but Baby Strange is the killer. Then they do Hitchin' a Ride. Can't remember who did Hitchin' a Ride now. Nowhere Man by the Beatles. And also on side A, the real tragedy is they attempt to do Fox on the Run by The Sweet, which would also be in my top 100 songs ever, actually. And they, after a minute, realise they don't actually know how it goes and bail out. But yeah, this is a fantastic album. All the best bits from the first album, all the best bits from the Replacements albums up to Tim, really. And probably, you could argue, because I always feel like the Replacements are hampered by their production, probably argue this is the best Replacements album, I think. But yeah, for sale, live at Maxwell's, 86, the Replacements. Next up is another VHS cassette. I bought this, and in the days when I bought these sort of things before YouTube, and I mean, I would have bought this about 91. It didn't matter how good or bad they were, I would end up playing them about 200 times because I had nothing else. And this is Dead Kennedys live at them. I never know how to pronounce this. The Mahube Gardens, Mabuhay, I don't know. It's a fantastic gig. It's not the dream set list because it's coming around the time of Frankenchrist, that kind of era. Just they're on the verge of splitting up, actually. Dirk Dirksen introduces them. If anyone's watching this video who saw a gig with Dirk Dirksen, please comment, because he seems like the funniest guy in the world. Sadly died as well. But the real thing about this, and a lot of these American, is the crowd are amazing. The stage diving is on another level. In England in '85 we had football violence. In America in '85 you had amazing stage diving, and Jesus Christ, the stage diving on this is balletic. It really is a thing of beauty. Utterly fantastic. But yeah, I really recommend it. It's on YouTube, this one. But Dead Kennedys, yeah, MTV Get Off the Air, I think it's called. Dead Kennedys Live. It was also called, this venue was also called the On Broadway, so I never quite understood. I think the On Broadway was downstairs and the Mabuhay was upstairs or something. But yeah, really recommend that. Love it. Next up, again, a little bit like Sonic Youth. This could have been the greatest album of their career. Double Live. The Butthole Surfers. What a cover this is. This, again, official release, came out in '89. I think they pressed about 20,000 of these. This is the English pressing, which is better. If any train spotters are watching, boop, boop, this is the better pressing. And the English one has got the really nice centre label, photographs. The cover, I believe, might be the dancer of the Buttholes, who I think was called Tada the Shit Lady, because I think she used to take a shit on stage every so often and then yelled Tada and then left the band. I think she just disappeared and they never saw her. This is from what I think absolute peak era Buttholes, Hair Waiter Stephen, and Locust Abortion Technician. Again, the sound quality is just a notch below what you're looking for. It is, again, it's above bootleg, but also contains an incredible version of R.E.M's The One I Love. And I was reading another book that I was reading. This came out in '93, The Road to Nirvana by Gina Arnold, and it covers all the sort of indie American bands of that period up to about '93, '94, all the biggies. And yeah, Butthole Surfers became obsessed by Michael Stipe, and they used to stalk him in 1987. And in fact, and I have checked, this is true. They were going to put their van outside his house and paint along the side, Michael Stipe, despite the hype, we really want to suck your pipe. I checked Wikipedia, that is true. They were going to do that. Didn't do it, they bottled it. Yeah, but it is a fantastic record, Double Live by the Buttholes. But yes, again, it's just the sound quality, just a little bit a notch below what you're looking for. Next up, this is probably, of all the physical media I ever bought in my life, this is probably my favourite thing I own. Hooskadoo. It's the Camden, England gig in 1985, which I know a little bit about. The Melody Maker paid for Hooskadoo to come over in the afternoon, play a gig. It's on YouTube, the Camden gig. the crowd, it was an afternoon gig, which I think the first time Rough Trade Records ever shut their shop, so all the staff could go and watch it. It's a fantastic gig. The crowd, although aren't quite into it, are definitely enjoying it, and it really helps because there's no stage diving. The band are absolutely flailing at full altitude. It's incredible. There's an 8-minute clip on YouTube where they do like Pink Turns to Blue, and a couple of others, everything, and they're absolutely at full throttle. The Huskers are amazing, and I wish they brought this out on a double album or something. This ain't a bootleg. This was official. I was in Buick Street in London, which was the vinyl Golden Mile back in the late 80s, early 90s, and I just saw this sitting there, and I bought it, and it's got no track listing. I didn't know what it was going to be, and I put it on at home, and I was just having an absolute freak out. To me, it's still the greatest. It's the set list is the dream set list for Husker fans. It's the first album. It's Metal Circus. It's Zen Arcade. It's a New Day Rising, and there's a couple of songs from Flip Your Wig. It's amazing. And they went back to America the same day, and because of the such time difference, they played a gig in America the exact same day. I imagine they were knackered, to be honest, after that. But yeah, fantastic. Makes no sense. Husker do. It's the Camden gig if you're on YouTube, but I'm sure any Husker fans watched that. Camden 1985 at the Electric Ballroom, which is an absolute shithole if you've been there. A terrible venue. Next up, DVD Minor Threat, live at the DC Space and Buff Hall. So live at the 9:30 Club and Buff Hall. 9:30 Club's pretty decent. The Buff Hall gig, which is on YouTube, go on there. Minor Threat Buff, is a total mayhem. The audio quality is appalling. The crowd are insane. A little bit like the Dead Kennedys. The standard of stage diving is beyond anything I've seen. And there's some sort of gang battle. There's some battling New York punk gangs are going at it, I think. The SSD crew are having a pop at the, I don't know, Bad Brains crew. And then some girl gets up halfway through who's absolutely ripped off her tits, to be honest. She's had enough. I think she smoked a magic parsnip or something. And yeah, fantastic. The Buff Hall gig, just watch the crowd. It's amazing. Absolutely superb. Minor Threat, the DC Space, Buff Hall and 9:30 Club. And last up is it's kind of a film with a lot of live stuff. We Jam a Conno by the Story of the Minutemen. Again, it's on YouTube. Loads of live footage from the Minutemen. The Minutemen are a phenomenon, a total Marmite band. I fully understand why a lot of people don't like the Minutemen, and maybe they invented the Red Hot Chili Peppers, but we shouldn't hold that against them. Absolutely superb film. I'm a little bit worried. Can someone go and check that David Grohl's okay? Because Dave Grohl doesn't appear on this, and Dave Grohl appears everywhere. I mean, Dave Grohl was at my nephew's bar mitzvah about 7 months ago, so he's everywhere, isn't he? But I don't think he's on this, so I hope he's all right. But yeah, fantastic documentary, fantastic live clips, and yeah, We Jam a Conno by the Minutemen. It's on YouTube, I'm sure, if you want to watch it. But anyway, that's some of my favourite live albums, DVDs and VHSs from this sort of alternative American era. And thanks for watching, and I'm sure I'll have some more videos soon. Thank you.